Good evening, fellas. CarX, play one game. How are you guys doing? Give me 1 second, just to make sure I run everything. Spudo grab drink, exactly. Alright, so it's gonna be a little bit shorter stream today because I'm actually all super tired. So yeah. Give me 1 moment here. Yeah, browser. So I think I'm gonna stay here. Yeah. Okay. Great. So I rewrote this using WebSockets. So we have now. So we're no longer polling, and I have a lot of changes that I'll need to push. I'm very tired, not because of streaming or anything. It's just a very long week, and yeah, that's why. I mean, I was not supposed to stream today either. I didn't feel like it, but a few of you wrote in chat, and I'm like, all right, let's do a short one today. But yeah, it's good. It's good, very good. I hope you guys are great as well. So basically, what I did, I had to obviously clean up more stuff, and also I implemented WebSockets here. Yeah, so now we have a WebSocket server. I'll push this eventually, and yeah, we're no longer using HTTP. So basically, we're not longer polling right now. We have pretty much something like this. I can show you the architecture of this, if I may say that way, right? So now we basically have the React UI, right? And I want to finish this, so we go back to programmer network anyway, right? For React UI, we have a background script, which is basically a Chrome extension, right? Then we obviously have the content script, which is also Chrome extension, but the content script, right, is what gets injected into each of the corresponding chats, so Twitch, Kick, YouTube, whatever. And then we have our API, right, which is basically a WebSocket relay right now, right? So this is basically now our Fastify API and WebSocket server, right? So basically right now, we have a WebSocket server between our React application. And then obviously we have a socket connection to every single different chat, right? So if we have something like this, let's say this is kick.com, Twitch TV, right? And yeah, YouTube, right? YouTube. Those fellas would basically be here, right? They would be here, and obviously interfacing with our content script. So each one of them has this script injected in them, right? And now every time when we actually scrape those things, right? So whenever the mutation observer changes, actually send us some event in every single one of them, we obviously parse that DOM in here, right? So if you remember, we go to content script, right? So this is our mutation observer. This is where we extract all the information from DOM, and then we send it. But now we're actually sending this message, this send message. Now we're sending this to the background script, right? So this guy now is communicating to the background script, and then our background script is communicating to the Fastify API, right? And then this is our socket server, right? So, so in simple words, right, if we go to the background script as well, you'll see here that we have also this socket class that I wrote. I'm using socket.js. So we have a socket here. We have a listener, socket listener, whenever on message, and then blah, blah. This is kind of two-way communication now, even though we're not using this now. I was trying to implement that send the message thing. And then we have the actual socket.js server in the API, right? We just register it here, so it's exposed in our Fastify instance. and then then when the server is ready, right, we start listening to connections, right, and then we register some things here, and then here we have a message, and you can see here you can get a message either from our client or from the extension, right? So we have those two different socket types, as I call them, right? So when the message comes from the React, then emit it, and same basically emit it like this using extension socket, blah blah. So yeah, so now those messages, you can see we're no longer polling the API. Before we built this using the just HTTP, right? So as you can see here, I'm not actually sending any requests, but if we actually refresh this and take a look at the WebSocket connection, so you can see here in my filter, I have VS, right? So you can see here that this is the actual message that arrived, right? So as you guys send something, we're going to see another message coming in, as you can see, right? So we're no longer yeah, I mean, I didn't finish this yet. We'll fix those things. I see everything 2 times. Yeah, exactly. So basically, yeah, so that's how it works now. So we have the React, we have the Fastify, and then our Fastify talks to the background script in the extension, and then background script talks to the content script, and then content script scrapes all of the data from corresponding chats, right? That's how it is. Let me actually see, did I break the yeah, I don't think that YouTube actually works anymore. I doubt so, to be honest. Give me 1 second. Should maybe work. Pop out chat. I could have broken it because I rewrote a lot of stuff, so there's a high probability it's no longer gonna work. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, well, that's what it is. That's how it is. All right, well, anyway, we're gonna spend a bit of time in this stream, yeah, finalizing this and pushing, and then Little Leon, good evening, my best man. And then we have a PR to merge, right, from Cedric, right? Cool. Okay. Well, yeah. So let's see. So why are we getting to? So let's start let's finalize this. You can see I have a lot of changes. I wrote this code fairly quickly, right? So there's a chance that I forgot something, right? So. Yeah. Leo, Rebecca, good evening. How are you, friends? Are remotes forever gone? No, they're not. Okay, so let's start debugging a bit. So let's go to our content script, right? So the script that injects scripts into corresponding pages, right? Let's debug a bit here, right? So let's put this log in here. And then let's rebuild the npm build. Yeah, I mean, I will. Of course I will, right? Because I don't have the time, right? And you know, at the end of the day, it's all about getting things done, right? So I can write a lot of code in a very short period of time. So in a way, that's what's expected, right? Manage extensions, blah blah blah. Let's refresh this. So now if we actually go to programmer network, yeah, we go here. Let's actually inspect this. Is this where I'm supposed to? Oh no, actually here. Data channel message keep alive, yeah. Why am I sending this keep alive this much array code? But now I kind of feel shit, I have to do that instead of focusing on work. Okay, I'm gonna read your questions, fellas. This is actually, I shouldn't be sending this that much. Handle message. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Okay. I don't think that actually I have this code, do I? Okay, I do. Oh, I see. I'll get back on that to you, Leo, in a second. So chat fusion. So this actually, the scraping part seems fine. Let's go back to the contents, to the background script here. So this is where we actually send the message, right? So let's just print it in here. Just making, we have to figure out why are we seeing it twice, right? So let's rebuild this extension again, and let's go ahead and refresh it. Then let's refresh this bad boy here. Actually, if we go to the extension and open up the service worker, right? And I hit test here again. Yeah, so we get one message, right? Wait, test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's fine, right? So that's really good, right? So it has to be the API, right? So if we, or our server, right? So let's see what our server is doing. Probably there's some duplication here. So we have post the API message. So let's just maybe it's at the UI. So let's go to our chat thing, right? Where did I actually implement that? Set, no, use message listener, right? Yeah. Let's print the message here in the UI instead. Yeah, so why are we getting the message here twice? That's super awkward, because if we take a look at the network, let's take a look at the network. Are we getting it twice or... So we are getting it once here, so that's great. So that's good. Yes, so it has to be the front end, right? Previous message, socket on message. Let's see. So why would this run? Yes, so we are definitely getting it here. So socket on message. Let's take a look at that. It's almost like we have double listener added in this, right? But no, it's not that, right? We are actually, if you take a look again at the network tab, right, we are getting a single message. So can you guys keep spamming? Let me actually just say test. Yes, so we're good there, right? So we are actually getting a single one, right? Yep. Yes, right. Yeah, you don't have to spam that much. It's fine. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to spam that much. I got it. Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's good, right? So why are we again? Why am I then getting it? let's take a look at the all right, and now it seems fine. Can someone, yeah. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Yeah, I see what's happening. Yeah. See what's happening here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Something's off here then. All right, it should be fine now, right? I think. What do you think about cryptos? Cryptocurrencies are gambling, right? So if you want to gamble and have money, you should definitely buy cryptos. That's what I think. It's just legalized. It's just gambling basically. Okay, great. So that was that, right? Okay, good. Okay, so that's great, right? So let's okay. Somebody is asking on YouTube what's my font. I'm just gonna send a message there until we fix the YouTube now. I don't know how we broke that. Okay, so let's go to our server and clean this up, right? Because I really need to finish this project and we move back to programming network. I want to build that. So essentially, we need to move some of this logic basically. Pretty much we want to move it to the extension, so over here, right? So we're going to do this. Message, yeah, so let's actually name this message. And message. I'm actually sure. Make this async. Let's make sure that that's reran. Thank you everybody for your follows, appreciate it. All right, let's see. Yeah, so it's not actually getting it yet. Yeah, that's strange. Okay, let's see what's happening. And let's print this message we're getting from a socket, right? Okay, not there really, right? Okay. Whoa. Interesting. Okay, what? Socket emit message. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Let's just quickly do this here. Even though, yeah. So actually, let's call this message indeed. And message. We'll clean that up soon. So where's a new connection emits? Yeah, it's a bit strange. What? Why am I not? Wait a minute. Sako, my friend, good evening. Why am I not getting the this log? That's a bit awkward. Give me a sec. Sako, my friend, good evening. Let me just clean up some stuff here, actually. Yeah, that's actually relevant. We don't care about that. Connection error, connect error. Let's, yeah, that we actually do need. Rebuild the actual extension. Let's refresh the extension very quickly. All right, give me a second. So let's go back here. Let's refresh this bad boy. Just close this. Let me close this. Let me inspect this again. Let's say test. Okay, and then if we get over here to the actual extension and we open up the service worker, right? WebSocket error. Why are we getting the WebSocket error? Oh, because our API is not running. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Are you kidding me? All right, that's why. I see. All right, let's refresh that. That should technically be gone now. It should connect to our socket server. Let's see. This should no longer actually be there, the error itself. Let's actually clear it, refresh it. That's fine. Test. All right, cool. Alrighty. So that's great. It's just like super strange. Why are we not getting this logged at all? I'm like genuinely. It's almost as if that's not even. Yeah, the spammer, exactly. Okay, so wait, so we do this. Where's our... Yeah, so that's not doing anything right now. Background script, chat fusion scraped, that's fine. Here's, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Here's the socket stuff, yeah. Yeah, it's incredibly strange, man. What the hell? Are we... Oh, shit, I might have... Wait. Server dev, API server TS, share node. Yeah, actually that's fine. Server dev, let's just restart that maybe. I just replaced HTTP with WebSocket Sacco, so now it's actually a lot better because I'm no longer pulling or basically I just drew it here. So off stream, what I did basically, I set up socket.js, socket.io, and then now we have our Fastify as a WebSocket server that talks to background script, the Chrome extension. Then background script gets the scrape data from the content script, and this content script basically is the part of the Chrome extension that gets injected into any corresponding thing. So in our case, those three chats, right? So those three guys run mutation observer, then they send a message basically to background script, then background script sends a socket to the Fastify, and then Fastify to React, right? It's like just super strange that I've changed it because for this specific use case, it's why WebSockets exist, number one, and number two, I was not able to talk both ways from the React app to the actual Chrome extension. That's why. So now I can talk both ways. But why is this log? Why are we not getting this? This is super awkward. I don't actually get what's happening here. That's super strange, right? Okay, so you can see both of them connecting. It's almost as if this is not doing anything, and it is, right? So here we registered the actual sockets, but then why are we not getting this, like this log printed? Wait a minute, is it maybe Fastify or something? Test. Super strange, man. Yeah, I'm not seeing the log at all. How is that even possible? Is this... What? So... the register just sets it, right? So it's almost like it's not actually handled here at all. It's almost like it's the socket connection. It's handled somewhere, maybe even in the actual extension. Give me a second here. So we have the socket here on message. We do this, send message from background script. Yeah, there's a high probability actually that we're doing it from here. Let's see. No, the server automatically restarts, so I don't need to manually do that, right? Take a look at the service working now, right? So now we are actually seeing them, right? You should see the message here, yeah. This is there a possibility that right now I'm directly communicating to my React? I mean, that could be for sure a possibility, right? Let's take a look at that. Because if this works, then that's the case. Yep. Okay, that's crazy. All right. I ended up somewhere where I didn't even want to end up. That's beautiful. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, in that case, right? That's what it is. That's how it is, I guess. So basically, right now, our extension itself, our background script, directly communicates to our frontend, right? Let's actually take a few things from here, right? So what I'm gonna do, but is that really the case? I don't think that is the case. Yeah, there's something definitely fucked up with the server, because yeah, there's definitely something off right now. So we should, yeah, there's certainly, yeah, because I was starting to kind of lose my mind a bit, right? Because this cannot be, right? There's no chance. We need a mediator, we need a relay server, which is this thing, right? So it seems that we're now running, so because I did do a lot of changes, right? So let's see actually what's happening, right? Where's our API? Over here, right? Yeah, so let's see, maybe I forgot to change something. So let's see, Chrome extension, pop of this, build server, API server, start dev, API TS, exec. Oh, what? Yeah, I think something's messed up here. That's why. Let's see. Why do I have an actual API folder inside of here? That's crazy. Let's see. Okay, I see. All right, let's see what's happening. So build Chrome extension. So this is what I changed today. Build server. Their API, yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at that. So, yeah, something got messed up for sure. No, it should be Saku. It should be, or it was at least. But again, keep in mind I changed a lot of stuff, right? So it's just let's see, server dev nodemon API server. So that's correct. It's fine. This is just a regression from changing a lot of shit. It's okay. It's perfectly fine, because it should not be really generating this anymore. Okay. So let's see what this actually. So let's see, PMP server dev, and that generates. Yeah, that's awkward. Super strange. And then the types, why is it? Wow, okay. Alright, never mind. Let's see. Need to fix it here. Oh, there, right? So here it is. /API. Yeah, that's correct. And we are actually executing it here from the actual root, right? Chat Fusion. Yeah. That is correct. Let's see what build server did. Yeah, I think tsconfig could be exactly the issue, right? All right, so let's try another thing here. This is then most likely not going to work, right? It's actually the same shit, right? Okay. Interesting. Okay, going back here. That's super funny. Yeah, I think that should kind of fix it, right? I suppose so, right? Yeah, there we go. That did fix it, yeah. Okay, well, that's what it is. That's how it is, okay. So going back here, right, so now what we want to do, basically, we pretty much want to, so we're going to turn this into an actual function, right, as well, but for now, let's just, so we're going to just do something like this. And we're going to smack this bad boy over here, right? So we're going to say if it's the message, the extension, actually, let's just smack it in here. And then let's do this. What's the other way around? Maybe it was the other way around. I see. Wait, what was I doing with this before? Yeah, author color. Okay, I see. So right, so basically what we need to do, right? We need to say spread the messages before and not add the author color, right? So we go here now again and refresh. Now the color should be back. Yeah, that's great. We'll clean that logic up for sure. Okay. Saving the links, blah, blah, blah. The question is, how come I broke YouTube, right? Because if I go to YouTube, it actually no longer works. So we might have broken that as well, right? So let's now get rid of this fella here. But let's test if links are still being saved. If I go to links now, I should have the link saved. Yeah, it's right here. Beautiful. Okay. All right, that's good. I think this is the last train. And then we need to go back and do what this string is all about, really. Okay, that all still works. So yeah, for sure, man. For sure, absolutely. What did I want to do? So if we go to DevTools, let's see if we're getting a message from YouTube at all in here. I don't think so. I don't think we are. Let's see what we actually changed to mess that up, right? And I don't think we did much DOM utils. Have I been messing too much with this fella here? I'm gonna clean this thing up. We don't actually need this. We're not gonna be doing this anymore for now. Also, if I go to the chat thing, we go to, or app, or was it? It's probably chat, right? Yeah, here it is, right? So let's also get rid of this. Yeah, beautiful. And let's just test the YouTube again, right? Because it doesn't seem that I'm actually getting any messages. Test. Yeah, we're not. Let's see, are we still printing something at least in the scraper, in the content script? Give me 1 second. Yeah, so let me just print it here and see if we're actually doing so. Let's just cd fusion. Let's rebuild the Chrome extension. Oops, it doesn't like something, but its socket type is not exported by types.js. Socket type is not exported by types.js. That's a bit strange, okay? Okay, let's fix it up. Socket type is not exported, blah, 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 imported by Chrome extension. It's not exported by types.js, okay? Okay, that's strange, but I guess it's because, okay, I see what's happening. So I think if we go to tsconfig again, which is a bit strange, right? So let's see if that's actually working. So let's refresh the Chrome extension here. Is our API still running? Do that again. Let's clear the errors. Okay. Is this still working? Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Test. Refresh this. Test. Yeah, that's good. What about the YouTube though? Let's go to DevTools. Yeah, so we're not getting it right. So wait a minute. So if I go to Twitch and send a message from there, we should actually get it in here, and we do. Programmer network. Yeah, so we're not actually getting it from YouTube. Okay, that's strange. All right, so that's super strange. Okay, what should we take a look at? Let's take a look at this. The only thing that I can assume is that our selectors got suddenly wrong, because what else can it be? So let's see if we can find the container. Let's find, see if we can find YouTube live chat render. Hello, good evening, buddy. Thank you very much, man. That's very kind of you. How are you doing, dude? How's life? Let's see if those assholes literally know that I exist building this past couple of streams and they just decided to change it or not. Items. Yeah, so here is the items, right? Does this represent the actual chat? Nope. Yeah, so here is the actual items, right? So this is what we are kind of listening. Takita, yeah, I mean it is nice, but I can't wait to build that thing, right? I still want to build programmer network, right? But yeah, the main reason why I'm still fourth stream with this is because, oh, okay, so this could be an issue. It is mainly because, right, we need to finalize this. I don't want to leave it in a state where it's not finished, right? So that's the main reason. Yeah, so this is the element we really care about, right? This is the chat element that we actually wanna get, right? It's like each one of those guys represents a message, right? We need to find something that's unique, right? How are we doing that now? We're saying YouTube live chat app, YouTube live chat render, chat messages. I'm gonna check it in a second, Akita. Of course, man. It's fine that you share it here, man. That's great. Take a look in 2 minutes. Let me just, so we have the chat messages thing. We have, what if we actually try this? Let's build the Chrome extension, right? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? All right, so let's refresh, and let's refresh this fella. Let's go to our own thing that we're building, and let's say test. So let's go back here. Let's go to the content script, the Chrome extensions content script. let's actually print the is container available, right? So let's see if we are actually getting the chat container at all. So let's rebuild this thing again. And let's reload the Chrome extension again. And let's go to this bad boy here. Let's make sure that I'm actually still injecting this thing at all, because now I'm starting to doubt that maybe what I've done is I've messed up this bad boy here, right? Why? What the fuck is this, bro? Give me 1 second. By the way, for those of you who are new here, this is what we're working on. So if you want to give it a star or contribute, be my guest. This is what we're working on today. What did I want to do? Yeah, let's take a look at the manifest, right? Post permissions, matches. I'm just thinking, did I mess up the YouTube stuff? Where is it? YouTube, youtube.com live chat. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks fine to me. Yeah, super strange. So the question is, are we even actually injecting now the content script inside of YouTube, right? That is the ultimate question. It doesn't seem like it though, because we should be seeing something printed, right? So wait a minute, where were we? Let's go to let's go over here and yeah, so it's container available, that's why, right? So we're calling this crap in here, right? Yeah. That's very strange. But let's actually see. We're probably not finding it, so let's do this. Please, that if we can figure out if I'm actually still injecting the script into YouTube, right? So let's go back here. Let's refresh. Let's refresh that. Let's just put our logs literally on top of the script, right? Let's just say here, chat loader, right? I mean, literally load it again completely. Chrome extension load, right? Yeah, we're not seeing anything there. If we print this for Twitch whatsoever, right? Let's see. Yeah, chat loader, right? So we can see that script is indeed injected for. It's injected in there, but it's not injected here anymore. So that's the root problem, right? So why? What did I change to mess that up? Let's take a look. Yeah, this is not it that's relevant. So the only thing that can be, well, is the manifest, right? There's nothing else I see. And also maybe permissions, right? So if I go here again, right, we have host permissions, which I removed, right? So let's just for a second try this, right? Just for a moment. Has to be that, honestly. I don't see what else it what else would it be, right? We get back here and we refresh this bad boy. Yeah, chat loader. So yeah, so it was the permission issue. Yes, for sure, right? Give me 1 second. So it was permissions. Yeah, and then we can see that interval chat one. Yeah. Okay, so going back to DOM thing, right? No, DOM utils. We're gonna change this. We're gonna rebuild the extension again. We're gonna refresh the extension again, and we're gonna go and refresh YouTube. And now it should actually be working. So if I go here, yeah, here's the YouTube message. Yeah, node mailer is one of the most popular things. Yeah, it is safe. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely safe. All right, great, good. So now let's go and fix those very open wide permissions, right? So this is kind of too much, right? So can I just say post permissions? Be very explicit, right? Otherwise, with the wildcard, we're just allowing everything, right? We're injecting also, we would inject this into those things, but allow permissions on every single host, right? So I don't want to do this. So if we go ahead and refresh and see if this yeah, well, we don't actually need this anyway, right? So I'm going to remove it. That was for something else, right? When I was, you're absolutely right. Let's refresh again. So basically it is the host names, right? And I think if I go ahead and do one thing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna just smack in here something like this, even though it makes no sense, it should still be working, honestly. But let's try it like this. I just want to give it a shot because I'm not 100% sure. So we do this, right? We get here, we refresh. I don't know, did I actually remove the logs from there? I'll just figure it out so we learn as well, right? So it doesn't really matter. Let's refresh this crap. Let's get back here. No, it's not that, right? And let's just isolate it completely. So if we say allow host permissions from every, I'll just figure out if it's actually even host permissions at all or not. Maybe we have to specify here the actual chat, right? But let's see which one it is. So get here, refresh, test. So it doesn't seem to be that at all, right? Okay, so it's not host permissions, it seems to be this matches, right? So it doesn't seem to be injecting the content script when you provide it like this. So it seems we most likely have to say hey, which is super awkward. Seems a little bit crazy, but let's see. So what if I do this? Then we go and refresh this thing again. Nope. Nope. And lastly, if I just say, hey, match really anything, which I definitely don't want to do, let's just narrow it down to this. Yeah. So why is it not sufficient? Like, I don't get it. Why? Super awkward. Why is this not sufficient, man? That makes no sense. How did I? Yeah, we can try that, certainly, right? But I have a feeling I tried it, right? I don't think that we need subdomain. Why would that wouldn't matter, right? There's no subdomain in this inside of this chat, right? So this wildcard here should cover basically the chat itself, right? I don't see the problem, right? So let's try this one first, and then we're gonna add the what Sako wrote. So let's do this. Yeah, so now it works. Yeah. Super strange. Okay. Yeah. So this made it work, right? Which means basically we're gonna do the same for Twitch, right? It would just be logical to do so, right? No, I don't. No. That's the thing. We don't have the subdomain, like I said. It's just youtube.com. That's why it makes no sense. All right, and then let's do the same with the kick, right? This should be correct, I suppose. Let's make sure of that. Refresh. Go back to our beautiful chat. Test. Test. All right, super. What about YouTube now? Let's refresh it. Yeah, okay, great. Super. That's good. Okay. Well, that's what it is. That's how it is, right? What can we do? Okay, let's clean this up. This garbage up. Well, that's what it is. That's how it is, right? What can we do? Great, super. Okay, that still works great. Okay, good. Yeah, that's great. I think we're good. We're good now. I think we're gonna stop here when it comes to this. I think if we clear that up, it should be fine. Yeah. Now, when it comes to this centric, you should not. I don't think you're gonna have almost no merge conflicts here because stuff that I've changed relates very little to what you did. Let me see which files did you change. Yeah, so no conflicts here, this is fine. No conflicts here, this is fine. I have a bunch of comments. But we're gonna merge your stuff and then I'll do it. But there's stuff. There's if you want, we can do let's actually do let's do a PR now if you want. Might be fun for others as well. Okay. Okay, that's great. All right. All right. Well, I think so that's why I think it's better if I review your code now, right? So just so you can kind of, I think it's faster, right? So basically you have created something called search dialog, right? But you have leaked out the fuse details off of it, right? And that's, so if you have created a custom hook for searching, right, then you were supposed to incorporate the Fuse.js inside of it, right? Because this now feels disconnected. You instantiate Fuse somewhere outside, and actually I don't know what this does, right? I think if we go to Programmer Network codebase, let me show you, right? If we go to the Programmer Network frontend, right, I'll show you the hook that I wrote that does pretty much similar stuff. So if we go to hooks, right, and use search results, right, you can see that here use search results is very simple, right? It doesn't do nearly anything that you wrote there. It doesn't render images. It doesn't concern itself about that. It just searches, right? And it exposes the search term, the search results, and handles search, right? So you can see here we have the fuse, right? We instantiate a new object off of that class, right? And then we have some debounds, right? So when you press a key, we wait, I don't know, 500 milliseconds until we actually run that, right? And this is the core of programming in general. No matter what you do, write components in the UI or build APIs or do really anything, any pattern, anything really, it's always about composability and building things so you can do as tiny things as possible. So this hook should really just provide you with search results. It should not be concerned about rendering images and stuff like that, because what if you want to render different no search results component somewhere else, right? So this thing should really again, just provide you with search results with a data structure with an array of results or no results, right? An empty array, but it should not do more than that. In your case, right here, you can see you do a lot of stuff, but then you render some HTML off of it, right? And I get it, right, in a way, right? But this is not, because this is a component and I get that, right? But it would have been better, probably, even if you don't create a custom hook, because we don't really need, the reason why in Programmer Network we have this hook is because we have search in 10 different places, right? And I use the same hook. So you don't really need to complicate it and design a new hook, but you should incorporate then the fuse logic inside of the search dialog, right? Not outside of it, right? And that's what you did now. You basically, this chat shouldn't really know anything about Fuse or search in general, right? It's not, this component is supposed to, I mean, search shouldn't even be inside of this chat component, right? Search could have been outside, right? So you could have had it. So where do we render chat? So search could have been here, right? Because you can see how we're passing messages down to chat anyway. So search could have been here, and you know, it could have been absolutely positioned still, whatever, right? And then when you would get the results, just as I'm doing the filter here, right? You would pass down the results, right? So you're either filtering or you're either searching, right? You cannot be doing two things. Maybe you can actually, right? So that's that, right? So you have, you know, coupled now some of this stuff to the chat itself, right? And this chat, it might or might not, right? No, but you don't have to do all of these suggestions that I'm saying. It's just because you did put the effort here, and then I want to at least share some insights, so maybe you get something out of it, right? And then of course, right, like, and this is another kind of tip that applies to programming in general, regardless of the language of your whatever, always return early, right? So this thing here that you wrote, and I'm just gonna say it once and then you can do it in other places, it gets very difficult reading code that's wrapped, right? So always do, if you know, no event dot meta key, right? Or end whatever, right? Then return, right? I'm not gonna write this whole expression down, but you get the point. And then, you know, if the key isn't this, otherwise then do something, right? So always return as early as possible. Then you can get rid of those if statements. So you read this function, you know, okay, this function should exit early if those things are not like this. If they are, right, well then do them. This is one of the very common things. So don't wrap your things like this if, right? This is fine. Same here, right? You could have said if eTarget is not current target. And then, of course, next thing is you want to try to avoid any sort of interpolation or any sort of ternary or any sort of really conditional operators of any kind, right? So whenever you have something like this, right, it's way easier to put an if statement on top of it, right? And because what is this actually doing, right? So, well, in fact, right, this maybe shouldn't even be part of this component. That's now questionable, but you could have just said if search dialog, return early, return null, right? Dev, good evening, buddy. I'm good. How are you? Right, so you could have, right, try to well, actually, this is very good already, apart from the fact that this is an SVG, right? But try to do as less computation in JSX as possible, because it gets very hard to read, right? So, for example, if you had some JSX that looked like this, right? And in there you had some logic, you know, whatever, you know, something and high, right? If this something was an expression that said if x is 11 and y is 23, right? And you get the point, like imagine you had to evaluate something, right? This is always way better that you take out into a variable somewhere after your loading state, whatever, you can say const if x, and then you can say effects, right? So in simple words, keep your JSX, keep any templating engine, no matter, it can be handlebars, JSX, whatever, Jade, whatever, always do those expressions outside of it, because JSX is already convoluted and cryptic enough, and it's always way better to compute some variables and then do this. Just food for thought. And yeah, don't leave those comments, right? They serve no purpose, right? Those comments are not very useful because your comments literally say what the function already says, right? The function says set filtered messages, and when you add a comment that says set filtered messages, there's no value in that. It just delivers noise to this whole thing, right? This I also dislike, right? You could have done this using CSS classes and stuff, right? I would say don't do this, right? I generally, inline styles, unless you really have a good reason, use inline styles, but you could have done this using a class as well, right? So no need for this, right? Yeah, so overall, I would say, give me a second. Overall, I would say, great stuff. I mean, not much to say. Good stuff. And of course, thank you for the PR. I mean, what is to say? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So what I would say, if you want, we can merge this and I can kind of clean it up a bit, but I advise that you spend a few more minutes on this, and especially in this search thing, right? Because again, this now doesn't feel like it's belonging here, right? So you always try to it's always a huge challenge to do so, right? But always try to it's up to you. I mean, the thing is, I don't wanna tell you what to do, right? That would not be very fun. I want you to make decisions yourselves, right? But the point is, right? Always try to. It's always a challenge for all of us, right? But think about those components. Like you have a chat component, right? What is that really? Well, that really is a box, right? That renders messages, right? So what's your goal here? Well, your goal here is to try and keep that chat only have a single responsibility, right? Yes, I'm using WebSockets for this specific open source library, yeah. So you know, it's always a challenge to not give this too much of the stuff, right? So that's why I'm saying it's gonna get some. Imagine this is a barrel, right? It's a box that has a hole on top of it, and that's our prop. And this prop is called messages. And you want to pour those messages to this chat component, right? So you want to pour it in, like, hey, messages, you keep coming in, right? And so you get what I mean. So no matter what, this should be getting some messages. They can be filtered by clicking on things. You remember, like going here and clicking, right? Or by searching, right? But they're always coming in from somewhere, right? And if you keep that contract, if you can keep that like that, then this chat component really always is responsible. Just you give it messages, it renders the messages, right? And this is a huge issue for many developers, even senior developers, right? Because you need to kind of keep those components composable, right? Once you add too much responsibility to this, to any component, right, then that component really becomes unusable and it becomes very hard to reason about. But if you build, let's say, this chat component, it only really renders the chat messages, and maybe you can interact with those chat messages. Okay, then wow, I can reason about this easy, right? So if you go to React patterns, for example, that's a very good and very simple resource, right? You would think about this through container pattern, right? Or the container component, right? So you have some container, and that container is responsible for, for state and other things. And then you have those view type of components like chat, right? Which are supposed to just, you mean programmer network, or because this stream is generally about this platform, right? I hope you guys can sign up. So this stream is about building this platform. What we're building today, which is this is just out of the ordinary. I just recently started streaming to multiple platforms at once, and then I built this chat so I can read messages from YouTube, Kick, and I think 5 days ago, right? So this is not the project that generally we work here on. But yeah, could I take another look at your UI? Is this actually spinning them up? So that's it, Cedric. So play a bit with it. It's a very interesting thing, but I think it's a good exercise, right? It's a good exercise. And in the meanwhile, don't worry about merge requests, merge conflict. Sorry, because so I'll push this stuff that I had to do a lot of because we built this very quickly in the stream last week, so I had to clean it up. Get rid of HTTP in certain places. So I had to write a lot of stuff. So I hope you don't mind, Cedric. I actually wrote a bunch of crap. And I still need to clean up some of the stuff, right? It's just let's make sure that I push this so few of you who are actually trying to contribute, right, you don't fall behind what I'm doing, right? Because I generally write a lot of stuff, and a lot of those things are actually just have been moved, right? So what can I say? Let's say here, implement WebSockets, improve file structure. Oh, okay, wow, that's actually fine. Give me a second. Let's actually close this stuff. Ah, that kind of sucks. Why? That's super awkward. Never mind, let's see what's happening. Let's actually try it here. We're getting some linting issue. Where is it? Detected incorrect braces with only single value. Chrome extension TS. Ah, okay, I see. No worries. That's actually correct. And where did it actually find that, though? I don't see it myself. Oh, okay. It actually... What the fuck is this now? And why? It still keep... we still... Yeah, Fastify is amazing. I agree with you. Yeah. Detected incorrect braces with only single value Chrome extension. Oh. Ah, I see, I see. I think it's actually complaining about this bad boy here, right? The whole programmer network past year and a half has been written in Fastify, right? Hopefully you guys can actually sign up. And what other people like, who cares, man? If you like it, use it, right? That's all that matters. What other people like is not relevant, right? And who are those other people, right? YouTube influencers, GitHub gods, right? Who are those, right? Who gives a shit what other people like, right? I've been in this industry past 15 years and people like something else every 3 months, so it's not, you get what I mean, right? Are you fucking kidding me, man? Really? Ready? Let me just review my code once again. Yeah, so we still need to fix that, but I mean, I did this literally today, so it's okay. You probably have the hard refresh. It's not bugging out. I think you probably have a super old version. So try hard refreshing. God knows when you visited the site the last time. Let's actually also take a look at Grafana, just to make sure that there's no bugs. All right, well, you know what? This. Let's wait for the CI. Okay. It's actually passed build, yeah. See this one. I mean, I built this extension for myself, honestly, so I don't genuinely care if about it. I don't think that anyone is going to really use this except maybe me and maybe a few other people. I just built this so I don't have to pay, you know, $20 for this other. There's really only one software out there that supports multiple chats in the same window. So that's why past 3 or 4 streams I built this. So genuinely, I don't care. But who knows, right? But I literally built this for myself because, you know, now I can actually open this chat and read from 3 different or 15 different platforms, depending how, right? So, and mission accomplished if you ask me. And I've built some extra features so I can emphasize your questions when we're chatting, right? You know, like somebody asked, hey, your site is bugging out, right? I can now, you know, I can filter messages by you guys. Like I can see this guy said this, I can see what Leo said, right? And stuff like that. So there's more features, right, that we can build, of course. But I can save the messages, I can save the questions. Links are automatically saved for me, right? So if I go to links, whenever you guys share some link, you can see after the stream, I can go through this list, right? So you can see, like, I actually missed this link. I didn't even see it. So I built all of this based on what I needed, right? So is someone else gonna use this? I don't actually care, honestly. If they want to use it, they can. If not, I mean, I didn't build this for someone necessarily to use it, right? Except myself. It's just past couple of streams we're building this chat fusion. This Fastify is a nodejs API framework. Yeah, hard refresh helped. Yeah, your service worker was out of date, so that's what happened, right? Cool. Okay, well, I think for the most part we're gonna. Let me just send a message on YouTube once more just to make sure I'm getting it. Yeah, here it is. Great. I'll use your code and become millionaire. Be my guest, my friend. I would be happy for you. Well, it does update Ravar. It does update you. The thing is, the fact that you didn't get it, I did already implement that, right? So that already exists in Programmer Network platform. Do you load all chat messages at once? You can. The best thing you can do is read the source code, right, and see how it's happening. But right now, I don't load all messages, no. I prefer fetch. Yeah. Or jQuery Ajax, yeah. All right, so that's great. So from starting tomorrow, we're going back to building a programmer network, of course. That's what this stream is about. As you can see, the stream is literally called Programmer Network. And yeah, we're gonna be coming back in here and there back to Chat Fusion to build some features as we need them. For now, I think I'm gonna leave it as such. I'm happy with the results. So we built this in 2 or 3, 4 streams, however it took, how longer it took. Fastify and Express are similar. Yes, they're similar. Yes. Especially syntax-wise, they're very similar. Yeah. All right, let's have some discussions, and then I'm gonna head off. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's save this question. Is something wrong with Axios? There's nothing wrong with Axios, no. All right, any other interesting statements or questions or whatever? I'm very happy to go back and forth. Favorite relational database, Postgres. Yeah, the kit I built, I can, filter messages, I can save the questions into JSON, and blah, 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 right? I can emphasize them like this on the screen, so when somebody asks something, we can just... How come it landed on Postgres? Do you use anything about WebSockets? Keep in mind, Skander, this is an open source thing, right? So feel free to go and check how I wrote this. It's a very interesting project, right? Did you look at EdgeDB? No, I did not. No. I don't need to look at anything else other than Postgres for relational stuff, right? Neo4j is my favorite database, graph database, MongoDB, non-relational, NoSQL database, and then Postgres is my favorite. Again, I don't actually, favorite is a silly word. It's not that it's a favorite, right? It's just something that I most commonly use. I'm in my last year, and right now I'm interested as an internet stack developer. Can you give me any career-related advice? I mean, the thing is, I can give you a career advice, right? You have to work incredibly hard to build things, to build your skills up, to build your GitHub portfolio. So I would say focus on building things, focus on literally just enabling yourself to provide value, right? Will you read blogs, watch streams like this one, get influenced by YouTube influencers? Nobody cares about that. At the end of the day, how much you're worth is how much you're able to accomplish and do, and that's really it. So understand that you don't deserve anything, nothing is gonna be given to you, and just build things, right? Didn't Twitch new terms say? No, they did not say that. They said that you're not supposed to make your users or viewers use some chat that might interface with their experience. This is just a read-only chat. This isn't even, you cannot even send messages with this thing that I built. I've been programming professionally for 16 years. I've been working since 2008. That's when I got my first tech job. Leo, my friend, I love you. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, man? All right, let's see. Any more questions? Also have genuine interest. This is a very... Okay, let's just pause on this. This is a very dangerous assumption, right? This is a very dangerous assumption, and let me just break it down what I mean. Let's just focus on this statement or question, right? You have to understand that in life, not everything that you're going to be doing is going to be fun, and not everything that you're going to be doing you're going to be passionate about. And this is where true professionals shine, and this is where this word 10x often, when mentioned, shines, right? So if you create a perception that you only want to do, or you will only be able to do things that you're only passionate and motivated to do, then you're going to have a very hard time in life, right? Instead of that, you have to learn how to reinvent yourself, how to regenerate that passion constantly, right? And the assumption that you will always have a genuine interest and curiosity in what you do, it's not going to get you far, because there will be moments when interest and curiosity are not going to be there. And that's where you as a professional, you will have to show your show how strong mentally you are, right? Yeah, for sure. Rickety, I'm not saying that you said anything wrong. I'm just kind of picking up on some of the statements you guys are saying. But keep in mind, your job is not always going to be fun, and it's not always going to be great. And that's fine, man. Every single person on this planet deals with that on a daily basis, and try to train your mind into accepting that fact, right? Discipline, consistency, continuity, and discipline are things that majority of people don't have. You can be infinitely talented without continuity, without discipline, without consistency. All of that is gonna go to shit, right? So motivation and passion are not infinite resources, right? People, the main reason why a lot of developers never actually finish, let's say, side projects, I have a video on this on YouTube, is that you always assume that in order to finish something, you need to be passionate and motivated about. And that's a huge lie, because you will never constantly and infinitely be passionate and motivated, right? One of the most common questions I got here on Twitch past year streaming is like, man, how can you show up almost every night after a full-time job and kid and wife and all of that? And it really is about consistency and continuity. You just have to, it's something you have to train yourself to do. That's pretty much it. Well, all right, friends. My wife is in bed, and I can hear her knocking on the wall here. So I don't want to piss my wife off. So no, I did not mean. No, I don't think that you read the code. There is, wait, just before I leave, right? If you go into socket utils, here they are, right? So if you go inside of utils and socket and index.ts, you're gonna find it in here, right? The WebRTC stuff that you're mentioning, just before I leave, this is just a trick. So just before I leave, just so you understand why this thing exists in this code base, as soon as you open a window in Chrome or Firefox or any browser, right? And minimize it. What Chrome is going to do, or in the background, it's going to start throttling it because it's inactive. So it doesn't make sense to do too many things in inactive windows. So what this WebRTC trick does, it opens up a channel to each of the windows that we have injected this Chrome content script into, and it keeps sending the keep alive message every 800 milliseconds, which is why when you guys are sending messages, I can actually read them here in Chat Fusion without needing to focus this window. So the WebRTC trick is there just to make sure that even if I minimize all the chats that I opened and then I put them somewhere, I'm still getting live messages here, because that WebRTC connection is faking that we're actually doing some work. So it's sending that keep alive message, right? Exactly. So you have to do some trick to tell those invisible windows or minimized windows, hey, do not get into throttling sleep mode, right? So that's what it's doing. All right, friends. Before I head off, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And the code to WebRTC thing is basically in, where is it? Let me just send it before I head off. So source, I think, no, actually Sako has sent you things, so. All right, that's what it is, friends. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I wish you best, and I'll see you next time, tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye. Good nighties. Bye-bye. All the best, guys.